Hey everybody, welcome to Enliven Wellness. My name is Tessa and I'm really happy to be here. I'm an integrative medicine practitioner in training, and I'm just going to give you a little bit of a rundown on how raw carnivore has really positively affected my life and the carnivore diet in general. It's not like I'm against any other kind of diet at all by any means. I mean, I think that I believe in longitudinal eating as well as seasonal eating. So what is that? Longitudinal eating is eating according to like where you are located in the world, because as Dr. Jack Kruse, who's an amazing man, has explained, our bodies are really smart, and they live like they know what season it is, and they know where you're located according to where the sun is positioned in the sky and like where you are. And to me that makes a lot of sense, that our bodies just kind of know where we are, and then therefore our gut microbiomes and our systems and our body profiles change according to like where we're located in the world. And I think that there is a lot of wisdom to this argument. So longitudinal eating is eating according to like where you are in the world currently. Now, of course, there are like genetic factors that could play a role, which is really interesting to me, like blood type, those kinds of things. But that's, so I'm not fully sure, like who's got the right argument going on, or like, I think it might be a combination of some of them. But the longitudinal eating makes a lot of sense to me, because it's like your body knows where it's located in time and space. So I know that for me, I'm living in Colorado, and it's like, mid-April. And so there's not a lot of like produce that would be available right now. And that, therefore, I'm not eating a lot of produce. Like, I'm looking at like what's in season and available if I want to eat produce. Okay, so I'm not like a hardcore carnivore where I'm like only meat, always, like I don't think that you have to be only meat always. I am raw carnivore, so I eat all of my animal proteins raw, and that's just because it feels so much better on my system. It's much more easily digestible. But I also think that there is a time and place for things like berries or root vegetables or vegetables, right? Like, I think that there is a time and place. That's why I call myself technically a raw primal diet, but also longitudinal. So it would make sense that in the middle of April in Colorado, like my body is craving like meat and fat, primarily, and maybe like getting more toward like lighter sort of like vegetables and produce that are in season here in Colorado. So that's kind of what I mean by like raw carnivore, raw primal. So I just need to get those definitions out of the way first. Now, how has this diet benefited me? In a million ways. Before I went raw carnivore, I was really thin, and I couldn't put on muscle, and I was just like eating a bunch of food, and like I just wasn't absorbing any nutrients because my gut was a complete mess. I had chronic bloating, like I was just like farting all the time, and I was like just bloated and farting, and I couldn't, my bowel movements were weird, and I would have these weird rumblings in my stomach, and it was just like awful. Like I did not have good digestion. I was like very fatigued. I had brain fog all the time. My wounds in my body didn't heal. My hair was falling out. My fingernails wouldn't grow. My skin was like looking really very translucent. Like I could see through my skin. It was like really papery thin. I was really sick. Like I just wasn't digesting my food at all. And so I finally kind of like stumbled upon the work of Aajonus Vonderplanitz, who is the father of the raw primal diet. He's amazing. And I stumbled across his work, just by like divine timing. And so I was like, well, I'm going to go ahead and try this. And literally within like 3 days, my brain fog was gone. My bloating was pretty much gone. And then I started to notice that like all my body tissues were growing back. So like I was like, my nails were growing back. My hair would grow nice, and like my hair stopped falling out. That wasn't after 3 days, but that was after a little bit of time doing this. I was digesting my food like a champ. I didn't feel fatigued. I had tons of energy. My skin started to get really beautiful and like just, plump and wonderful. And then I also, I just started to feel happier, and, I was sleeping better. I have more energy, so there have been some major changes. And again, like for me, I suffered from bloating for like ever. like, I mean, forever, ever. Like, and I tried all the diets. Like, I was pretty much vegan. I was pretty much vegetarian. I was pretty much, oh my God, like, I tried keto. You know, I did, like, I cooked my vegetables. I didn't cook my vegetables. I ate a ton of meat. You know, I ate very little meat. You know, I did all of these different, like, dietary approaches, and it wasn't until I did raw primal that I actually started to see these changes. So I incorporate celery juice and raw animal proteins. Sometimes I'll have a carrot. Right now, and again, I'm looking longitudinally as well to see what's in season here in Colorado. But again, like, yes, and I do incorporate like some probiotic strains, like soil-based probiotics, and then histamine-reducing probiotics. But other than that, like, I used to be on, like, I don't know, 30 different supplements, like tons of supplements. I used to be on like 30, seriously. And I now have a supplement graveyard, but I used to be on so many supplements, and I'm not on any supplements. Like, I'm hardly on any supplements anymore. I take a bunch of clay, this stuff called humic and fulvic acid. I do take turmeric. Sometimes CBD oil and passion flower to sleep at night. You know, it's just like little tiny things here and there. I'm not like on this huge supplement regimen anymore, whereas I used to be. So it's a totally different ballgame now that I'm doing the raw primal diet. And sorry, I'm just like making my way down the stairs, and oh, hey, there's my client. So anyway, you know, it's just the diet has completely changed my life. You know, now, like, I get a cut and my wounds heal really, really fast. My hair doesn't fall out anymore. And then on a deeper level, I used to struggle really bad from an eating disorder, and I was really majorly anorexic, and I was afraid of food. I counted all my calories. I like weighed and measured all my food. I was very restrictive. I was afraid, like, oh my God, like, if I have 4 ounces of meat instead of 3, I'm gonna get fat, you know, and like, oh my God, like, if I eat, you know, it was just, I was so panicked, and I was so, like, I was really, really bad off. Like, I've been hospitalized for anorexia in the past, and like, I've almost been hospitalized several times, you know, and so on that level, you know, like, this diet has completely, like, healed me of my eating disorder. And that is huge. Like, nowadays, I don't weigh my food at all. Like, I'll measure, like, oh, I'm gonna have 2 tablespoons of fat or something like that, but I really don't, I'm not, like, afraid of food anymore. Like, if I'm like, okay, I need a little bit more sugar, I need a little bit of honey, you know, like, I'll have a little bit of honey. Like, sometimes I think you need some honey, you need some glucose, sometimes you need some carbs. Like, I do believe that. I'm not anti-carbohydrate or anti-veg. I'm longitudinal, I'm raw primal, but technically raw carnivore, because that's the majority of my food. But again, it has completely, like, almost cured me of my eating disorder, which is absolutely miraculous, because I've struggled with it for about almost 14 years. So that's a really big benefit of this raw carnivore, raw primal approach that I have taken. You know, it's like all the physical amazingness things have happened there. But other than that, like, there's been even a deeper, like, psychological, like, I mean, again, on the physical plane, sorry, I'm bouncing back and forth, no more bloating. Like, I was bloated forever, and I farted constantly. I don't fart anymore. That's amazing. Seriously, like, I was so bad for my dating life. Like, I would fart constantly. And like, you know, my nails are super strong, and they grow back really, really fast. And then, you know, like, I had a cut on my hand, a really bad cut for a while, and like, it's completely healed. My hair has grown back. It's not falling out anymore. You know, like, my skin is looking so much better. It's not translucent. It's not paper thin. You know, I have great energy, and I digest really well, and the brain fog is gone. But a deeper level, I'm not, like, it's really curing me of my eating disorder, which is such a gift. So I just wanted to quickly make a video about, like, the changes that I've seen with this diet. And if you're interested in getting on this diet, please email me at tgirly7@gmail.com and say I'm ready, and I can help kind of, like, counsel you and guide you in other things too. Like, if you're suffering from other chronic conditions, like you know, weird symptoms and digestive issues and all of that nastiness, please reach out and say, I'm ready. I can help guide you and coach you and put together plans and be there to hold your hand, and just help you live that vital life. You know, this is the channel where your dreams can come true. You know, that's my goal, is to help you make your dreams come true. So thank you for being here. Also, check out my website, Enliven-Wellness.com. And you can find me on social media, Enliven Wellness, and on Instagram. Super cool. And please make sure you subscribe, like, and comment on these videos. I hope that they're helpful. Anyway, have a beautiful rest of your day. Thanks. Bye.